Hey everyone, we're the Kettering Bulldogs Ri3D team, and today we're going to be doing our day 2 recap. So today we were able to bring together a lot of the different subsystems of our design. Yesterday we had a lot of different subsystems that were in the works, and today we were able to really bring those all together to put together a full robot. That includes our intake, our hopper, our electronics, pneumatics, and we're also in the process of making our climbing mechanism.
This First Updates Now video is sponsored in part by PTC and Kettering University. PTC has created Onshape, which is the Google Docs of CAD, allowing your team members to collaborate on your models in real time, even when you can't be together. No downloads or installs, just log in using your web browser. First students and mentors can access Onshape for free at onshape.com/edu. Kettering University is a national leader in experiential STEM and business education. Discover why so many first alumni come to Kettering University by scheduling a virtual visit at kettering.edu.
I'm Will. I'm going to talk a little bit about the electronics. So we had a removable belly pan that we really focused on getting the electronics done so we could just clip them into the robot. So that's kind of what we spent the morning doing. So now the robot's fully wired except for the climber. We also did the pneumatics. So our intake is actuated with pneumatics, which is what we spent part of the day plumbing. So hopefully that'll be ready to be tested tonight.
Merrick. I'm going to talk a little bit about our plans for Auton. We have two Autons that we want to make. We know that every single team needs an Auton that drives over the line, so we want our for sure 100% Auton to be sit in front of the goal, drive forward 8 feet ish, and then shoot 3 balls. So we know that's an Auton that we need to get. Hopefully, we'll be able to have that one done tonight. And then looking forward towards tomorrow, we'd like a more advanced Auton where we start near the other team's I can't think trench run. We'll drive back, pick up 1 or 2 balls depending on how well our hopper works with picking up multiple balls when there's some in there. Drive back over towards this corner, can center the robot up against the wall, and then using that just for consistency, we drive all the way down to where the goal is, turn, shoot 4 or 5 balls. So hopefully we'll be able to get both of those done tomorrow.
All right, we're going to start a giveaway real quick before we get into any other. So I'm going to ask, grab one of those t-shirts and throw those over. We have actually 3 t-shirts we're giving away from Kettering University. So let's get that on camera so you can see what that looks like there. If you're interested in winning 3 t-shirts, well, we're going to draw 3 separate times. But if you're interested in winning, all you have to do is make sure you are following the channel and type in Empire in chat for the nice Empire bumpers we have on the robot. So once again, Empire, type that in chat for your opportunity to win a t-shirt from Kettering University.
All right, I'm still Nick. I'll keep this one short and sweet. Today, we completely manufactured and assembled the hopper subsystem. Pretty standard V-bolt hopper like you a lot of teams from the previous season. Fits 5, pretty snugly. Not exactly an easy fit, but hey, they're there. We haven't gotten to test how well they stage into the shooter yet, but that is very high on our priority list, and we will be doing that soon.
All right, hey, I'm Ben. So today I spent time working on, all over the place, but one of my focuses was the bumpers. So we got this pretty sweet Star Wars fleece bumpers here. They're pretty nice. So, we got these all made and on the robot. So, yep.
Hey guys, I'm Luke, and today I've been working a decent amount on the climber. So where we left off last night is we had our stages machined, but not connected yet. So we did manage to get that nice cascade rigging in there. But as you can see, it takes a decent amount of force to lift this up, since there's a ton of friction in here with the cording and specific tubing that we chose to use. So because of this, we tried a couple different methods with 1, 2 constant force springs pulling on the bottom stage. That wasn't enough. We tried one with a regular coil spring and eventually a single sim with a 7-to-1 reduction in order to get this to actually pull up and extend out all the way. So we tried a decent number of things, and in the end we're able to get it to extend fully if we wanted to get our hook up, but this was a little bit inefficient, and we found that we'd have to build a decent amount of structure onto our robot, and it'd be pretty hard to package. So we're looking at taking a new approach to our climber, which Noah will talk about now.
All right. Much like our last year's robot, climber might be made in a aisle at Home Depot, but I think that'll be okay again. Worked great last time. Hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit more Lexan customizability and a little bit more CAD for you guys at home, so you'll be able to make another version of our climber, just like last year.
All right, hi, I'm Kyle. I am working on programming. So today we started off by finishing up our teleop code and autonomous code from yesterday. Currently, right now, we've deployed the code. We've had the code working for a brief few minutes, and we were able to drive, which is great. But our mechanisms didn't work quite yet, so we're working on getting those to work. But in the process of doing that, we've been having issues with our gyroscope, and now we're battling an issue with the WPI lib library. So we're just trying to see what's going on, and if we can fix that, then we can have a fully driving, and we can then start testing our mechanisms and subsystems by tonight. And yeah.
Yeah, so that about wraps up everything we've done in the past 24 hours. If you guys have any questions, feel free to just send them off in chat. But for the next time, we're gonna be working on basically, obviously the climber, one of the versions, and then also just fine tuning this and actually like getting it running and all that. So be on the lookout for that. So I can start answering questions now.
Yeah, so a couple things. We'll draw for one of the giveaways, and we'll draw for the other two as we go through. Once again, Empire is what you need. First winner in this one is going to be Backup Boy, taking the first T-shirt giveaway. Once again, make sure you reach out to us and shoot us your information and what shirt size. And if you already want a T-shirt, then you can give it to somebody else if you want. So, so a couple questions coming in. So the robot itself, when we're talking about the infinite recharge at home, and we have the infinite recharge game with the full field. What is this robot being built for, and how are you addressing either of those challenges?
We've really been focusing on the full field. We think it's a lot cooler. There's some plans tomorrow to address the infinite recharge at home aspect of the competition.
Can you go into a bit more what you'll be doing specifically for that?
I have not read the rulebook yet.
I mean, I think we'll look more into the rulebook and stuff like that and figure out exactly what the infinite recharge at home is and see how our robot can adapt to that and or how this robot can apply to that and even the existing robot, since that will probably apply to a lot of different teams. So that's something we'll probably analyze tomorrow.
So you talked about some challenges that you had with the climber. How about some of the other areas on the robot that has been built so far? Any other major challenges or issues you've had to deal with?
I mean, right now, I think one of the biggest challenges is programming. I think they're having some issues. But we'll find out, I think, more about our mechanisms unless anybody else has to add to it. But exactly how they work once they get programmed. So yeah, be on the lookout for more problems coming up. So yeah.
So at some point you get past the point of no return on these. So if you were to go back right now, is there anything else you might want to try on this type of robot if you had the opportunity?
If I had to say anything, I think maybe a little bit more space for a climber. Right now we're kind of, obviously the climber wasn't really planned that much in advance, but it happens. It's just like, maybe we'll make something fit. So that sort of stuff was someone an afterthought. Fortunately, you can make a pretty compact climber, but I think if we were to go back, maybe slim down some things and think more about every component. But I don't know if anybody else has anything to add to that. Oh.
Different colors on the corners of our bumpers.
Yeah, we'd probably do a yellow for Kettering University theme since our colors are blue and yellow. So
Question from Red Leader 342. Have there been any jamming problems in the hopper at all?
We wish we knew. So, due to aforementioned programming issues, we haven't had a great chance to test how well the hopper works. We've ran one of the sides just dead connected to a battery, no smart program or anything, and it seems like it can clear the 2 balls coming in at once problem, but we're really not too sure at this point.
On to that a little bit. My team last year, we did a very similar V-hopper, and the easy solution is that you just run one side slightly faster than the other. That's how we plan to address it, and hopefully it just ends up working.
A couple more questions coming in from IDW Falcon. Why did you use PVC in the intake instead of something like a compliant wheel or Mecanum wheel, something like that?
So we didn't use Mecanum wheels. We didn't need the vectoring. We're handling that inside the robot. The big reason for that is wanting to be in complete possession of the balls before we start controlling them. The reason why we ended up with PVC was because I printed some parts ahead of Robot 3 days just to get a jump start on that. And the parts that I printed were based on a 1.75 inch OD tube, 1.75 inch ID tube, which I thought we had in stock, but we did not. So we had to use some adapters, and they adapted down to PVC because that's what Home Depot had in stock.
And we had a couple of our giveaway winners, so just announced those to make sure they did get a hold of those. So we had Deal With It 27 and also DW6234. So congratulations on the t-shirts. Make sure once again reach out to us with your information and shirt size. And then we have a sweatshirt we're going to be giving away right now, if we don't mind passing it over for the hoodie. All right, so we're interested in winning this hoodie. Somebody give me a keyword. What should we use? You want recharge? All right, I heard recharge.
Or Nick.
I feel like I'm part of Whose Line Is It Anyway or something like that. So type in recharge in the chat right now. That's your opportunity to win for the Kettering hoodie. Once again, you need to be following the channel. And we do give ourselves 5x luck for this one. So good luck to that as well. A couple other questions that we had coming in. Let me take
Real
a look
quick,
here. Asking about ball jams. I don't know if we covered this yet, but for the intake, have you tried collecting 2 balls side by side directly, and have there been any ball jams with it? Deal With It asks that.
If you don't mind, I'm going to go back to the PVC
Oh, yeah,
thing
go
real
ahead.
quick. So, addressing the compliant wheels versus PVC, where in a game where the game pieces might be a little slippier, you might want compliant wheels. In this game, the power cells stick to pretty much everything, so you really don't need a rubber roller or something like that like you did in games past. Like, as long as you have a spinning bar, they're going in your robot. So the PVC doesn't make all too much of a difference.
And somebody want to take the does the intake jam, or have you tried doing 2 power cells side by side yet?
We have tried collecting 2 power cells side by side. Doesn't really jam much at all. Just intakes like it would if it was intaking 1.
How about hopper containment? What are the plans for doing? Is it just going to be an open hopper like that, or will we see some area that we can contain it with? And why did you decide to go? Which other way you chose?
The current plan is to keep it as an open hopper as it sits right now. This is going to be dependent on how well it performs and if we have an issue with the ball shooting up out of the hopper. The reason I went with this is just because it's easier. We also have plans to implement either running this roller backwards or an extra little angle piece so we can intake 3 wide from the human player station. It's just a lot faster of something to do. So that would be a reason why we'd keep it open.
So once again, make sure you type in recharge in chat right now if you're interested in winning the hoodie from Kettering University. A couple more things coming in. Can somebody go through what motors you're using on the robot, and then any gear ratios you want to talk about as well too?
Okay, we're using Falcons for our shooter. The main reason why we did this is so we can have feedback control pretty easily. And then they're also just way more powerful than any other motor we have available. They're belted. I think it's 2-to-1. Everything else, I guess there's mini sims on the drivetrain. This is because they were the only thing that would package inside between the shooter. We were kind of limited based on budget towards not using brushless motors. Everything else is a bag motor just because they're very reliable. The gear ratios are kind of haphazard right now. They're either 5-to-1s or 7-to-1s. Okay, they're all 7-to-1s.
What's the timeline to see the robot actually start shooting?
Hopefully within the hour we'll be shooting. One thing we have to do with the shooter is we have to adjust our final angle on that back plate and then cut off all the excess. We want to be able to shoot all the way to the wall and towards the back of the triangle. So once we start shooting, we're going to have to figure out where the sweet spot is for that, along with the speed. So hopefully in the next hour or so.
And then how about some of the other areas? We're going to see autonomous today. Is that a tomorrow thing? What are some of the other major deadlines or timelines you want to try to hit?
Ideally, we can get the drive forward and shoot 3 Auton done tonight. I don't know if it'll happen. That's just being hopeful. I plan on going as late as that takes. And then if we have time after, it's not too late, we'll probably start to lay out the foundation for the 4 to 5 ball steel Auton.
We're going to draw for our giveaway, last one for the Kettering hoodie. Once again, thanks again to Kettering University. Also, a big shout out to Stryker and PTC for helping sponsor the stream. We'll draw that and we'll grab any last questions that we have on here. The winner of that is, we need to re-roll it actually because the person's here. So it's going to be Greer-tober. Greer-tober, congratulations, because the Spork person won before. Sporky Shark. Who is that here? Isn't that one of you? It's not one of you? Oh, somebody act like it was here. They were here before. All right, we'll get 2 sweatshirts out to both of those winners. So sorry about that. So both Sporky and Greer-tober, reach out to us and we'll get you each a sweatshirt. Bonus day, why not? So, all right, last one's coming through on here from IDW Falcon. How do you prevent the balls from not going into the shooter when you are not shooting?
So currently, the balls are funneled in from the V-hopper, and they will rest right here. If you look at this axle, there is a 1-inch Versa roller that's powered by a bag motor on this side. So if we get a more heads-on view, you can see that they will rest on this motor, or this shaft with this motor.
Let's take a look, see if we have any other questions. I think that's going to wrap it up. Anything else that anybody wants to wrap up with here before we let you all get back to work? So just future plans, just kind of go through these once again. I think tonight it's just going to be whenever everybody kind of tires out and gets going. How about tomorrow? What time would we expect to see a stream tomorrow at?
Hopefully around 9:30 or 10. Some people will be showing up. I know a lot of us have work tomorrow / school. So there's only a few of us who are going to be able to be here. We'll try and figure out what time works best for all of us. But ideally, we'll for sure be live at 11.
All right, so we're going to plan on 11 a.m. Eastern. Once again for that. The plan as well, too, if you want to see the robot fully revealed, it's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then we hope to actually play a couple match simulations. I don't know if that's going to be a infinite recharge at home match or if it's going to be more of a traditional one, maybe both, who knows. So make sure you stick around for that. But we're going to let, once again, the Bulldogs get back to work here. Long night. You can still ask your questions in chat. They'll take that. But with that said, thanks everybody for tuning in for Day 2 recap. Make sure you stick around all night to check out what's going on. And, of course, Day 3 recap Day 3 build starting at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. This First Updates Now video is sponsored in part by PTC and Kettering University. PTC has created Onshape, which is the Google Docs of CAD, allowing your team members to collaborate on your models in real time, even when you can't be together. No downloads or installs, just log in using your web browser. First students and mentors can access Onshape for free at onshape.com/edu. Kettering University is a national leader in experiential STEM and business education. Discover why so many First alumni come to Kettering University by scheduling a virtual visit at kettering.edu. Thanks for watching. If you want more fun content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.